Hey guys, welcome back to markdillon.com. First of all, let me very sincerely thank you for 11,000 subscribers to my YouTube channel, which is way, way more than I ever anticipated. So I really appreciate the support. Thank you very much. It is very flattering. If you're one of these 11,200 and something odd people that subscribed, thank you. If you're not a subscriber and you happen to enjoy these videos, please subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. So thank you. Anywho, off to today's question from John. He says, "Hi Mark. First off, thanks for all the great advice you provide us. I think it's great to get a truly unique gay perspective. A lot of issues that we have cannot relate to those of straight people. My issue. I had been with my partner for almost 2 years until we broke up last month. Everything was perfect except for one big component, the intimacy. I require touch and words of affirmation, while he wanted more the task-oriented signs of love. After trying to express each other's needs for a while, we realized the source of all our fighting was because we were unhappy in the way we felt loved. I have a hypothesis that it stems from our polar opposite upbringings. My parents are really in love, touchy, and t- very in love and touchy, which is what I learned growing up. Well, his parents were separated and barely talked. We still consider each other best friends, but we couldn't take the fighting and he called for a breakup. What do you think should happen from here? Very much appreciated and love all you do." John, first of all, thank you very much for the compliments. I appreciate that. My video blog is the single most enjoyable portion of my site. First of all, because it's the truest reflection of who I am as a person, and I certainly don't want to be defined by a few pictures and short video clips of my other work, even though I enjoy that as well. And second of all, because I really enjoy the interaction. I have an opinion about a lot of things, and I enjoy getting to express it. So thank you. Now, your situation is tough, no doubt about it, and I'll tell you why. Because it's not so much relevant now where you're sent, what you consider to be a demonstration of affection comes from, whether it's your childhood or it's just your natural personality. Um, that may be the explanation, but that's not really relevant to the conversation now, because what you're talking about at this stage is trying to redefine something that is already very deeply ingrained in you. People talk about behavior modification, and that's one thing. You can modify your behavior. It's very hard to modify the natural personality you're born with, or very, very deeply ingrained personality traits. Those are almost impossible to change. So, at this stage, I don't know that it would work, because what's likely to happen is what you've already experienced. You try to modify your behavior, meaning you don't get irritated. You try not to get irritated when he doesn't cuddle with you or he doesn't do what you feel to be romantic, and you try to recognize that he still loves you, and vice versa. He thinks that, well, as long as he knows I love him, I don't have to do all these what I feel are superficial signs of affection and love. So you're both trying to modify your behavior, but the core feelings have not changed at all. So it leads to kind of bitterness and resentment, which causes the fighting. It leads to a very unfulfilling relationship, because love is love is understood in the mind. Love is felt in the heart. And what you're describing is you both completely interpret love in different ways. And I don't know that that's something that can be easily fixed. You could try. I don't know that there's any harm in trying if you really feel that you're meant to be together and you think everything else other than this particular area of your relationship was great. Then it might be worth trying. You could seek the help of an experienced counselor or relationship therapist. They certainly deal with this stuff a lot, usually on a daily basis. I'm just a guy you emailed that has a YouTube channel and a porn site, but I do have an opinion, and I think my opinions are fairly good. But that's tough, I guess if it was me, I would probably not do it, just because I'm a big believer that you can't really it becomes very hard to change what's, again, so deeply ingrained. There's a saying that I really love, that the chains of habit are too light to be felt until they're too heavy to be broken. And that's very true. By the time you realize these things, how you perceive love, that's already been so deeply influenced by everything else in your life that it's not easy just to say, well, I'm going to redefine this idea, this perception I have of love, or anything. And that is so true. That is honestly one of the best quotes I've ever heard. The chains of habit are too light to be felt until they're too heavy to be broken. It's so true. It really, really is true. Now, I think it's great that you guys still consider each other best friends. That does give you a very solid foundation to build on. But it could be that you are meant to be best friends and not meant to be in a relationship. I do think that there are people who are meant to be in all of our lives, but they're not always meant to remain there in the capacity we first met them. I'm sure we've all met people either that started out as a good friend and they ended up being a lifelong love or a husband or a wife or whatever it may be. And we've met people that at first we may have thought would have been a great partner for us, and we find out that they're really our best friend. And life is very interesting in taking those twists and turns. So it could be that you guys are meant to remain in each other's life, but maybe strictly as friends. But again, I don't have a definite answer. This is something that I think you'll have to really stop and think about and ask yourself, um, knowing that it's unlikely either one of you will change how you perceive love, if you can accept the love that he's capable of giving you and recognize that he really does love you, and vice versa. So there you go, John. Thank you very much. Guys, thank you for tuning into my YouTube channel or watching this on markdillon.com. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thanks.